KA Bullets YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
Ryan Thunderbolt Jr. cannot race in the Dinoco 400 because he and Rusty Cornfield's haulers crashed. Ryan Shields also crashed in the last session of practice, meaning he can't race either. Joe Breakcheck, Paunchy Wipeout, and Darren Leadfoot will race in the Dinoco 400 instead of them. Chuck Armstrong will start at pole position for the Dinoco 400, where he would lead the first 4 laps before Ernie Gearson would take the lead from him, leading for the next 6 laps after that, where Rusty Wheelhouse would take the lead from him, leading for another 6 laps before the King would take the lead from him, leading for 9 laps before the rookie, Rowley Boltstrike, the first rookie leading the Dinoco 400 for a while, on lap 27, where Dale Earnhardt would bump and run him and take the lead, before WJ Lights would use the wall to get past Dale Earnhardt, leading for 4 laps before he'd lose the lead to Bobby Carboni, who will lead all the way to lap 47, where he'd lose the lead to Murray Clutchburn, who would lead to lap 50. But you're probably wondering, who takes the lead on lap 50? Jeff Gorvette does, and he'll lead for just 5 laps before Johnny Blamer would get T-boned by Billy Oil Changer. Why? And now Johnny Blamer, Billy Oil Changer himself, Kenny Shiftright, Ruby Easy Oaks are out. Jeremy Carfield, Ricky Sludd, Ward Burnton, and Paunchy Wipeout are all down 1 lap now. Mark Carton would take the lead after the restart, and he'd lead for 2 laps before he'd lose the lead to Hall Ingus, who will lead all the way to lap 64, where he'd lose the lead to Terry Carboni, who will lead for the next 3 laps before... Wait, what? Larry Smith will take the lead for another 3 laps before Dale Carrett would take the lead from him, leading for just 4 laps before Clint Shiftright would end up leading himself, leading for 3 laps before number 4, Sterling Carlin, will take the lead for 9 laps, where Rusty Wheelhouse would take the lead from him. Unluckily for Rusty, Eugene Karbareski will take the lead on lap 91, leading for only 3 laps, where Mark Burnsley would do a bump and run on him, leading to lap 97, where Joe Breakcheck and Ron Blaster would wreck each other out. Bill Racelot would take the lead after the restart, where he'd lead to lap 101, where Jeff Gorvette will take the lead from him, leading all the way to lap 115, where Hall Ingus would take the lead from him, leading to lap 128, where the King would cleanly pass him and lead for a whole 20 laps before Eugene Karbareski will be 15th as of lap 136, where Ernie Gearson, Clint Shiftright, Dale Carrett are out. Murray Clutchburn will take the lead from the King, and he leads to lap 152, where Michael Cartrip will actually go down 1 lap, and Paunchy Wipeout another 2 because of the huge lead. WJ Lights would take the lead and lead all the way to lap 170, but then Terry Carboni would take the lead from him, leading to lap 173 for a total of 3 laps. Jeff Gorvette, his teammate, would take the lead from him, leading to lap 180. And then the other Jeff Burnton, would take the lead for just 1 lap, before Dale Earnhardt would do yet another bump and run, leading for 7 laps before Rowley Boltstrike, the rookie, would take the lead until lap 194, where Jimmy Speedcar would somehow take the lead, but then spin himself out because he was trying to get Dale Earnhardt, but it failed, which means that Dale Earnhardt will now lead 7 laps. Rusty Wheelhouse will lead until lap 213, where he'd lose the lead to Hall Ingus, where he'd lead until lap 218, where he'd lose the lead to WJ Lights, who would lead all the way to lap 227 for a total of 9 laps before Jeff Gorvette would once again take the lead, leading for just 2 laps, where Mark Burnsley would take the lead from him, leading on lap 230 before he goes airborne and is out because of... Actually, it's his rival, WJ Lights, who will take the lead and lead to lap 236, where Sterling Carlin would take the lead from him, leading for just 4 laps before Murray Clutchburn would take the lead from him, leading for 10 laps before the King would just straight up pass him and lead for 9 laps before Bill Racelot would take the lead from him. No one was upset, but he did lose the lead after 3 laps to Bobby Carboni, who would lead for 5 laps before WJ Lights would once again retake the lead. But then he'd lose the lead to Sterling Carlin, who would lead for 4 laps before Mark Carton would once again take the lead to lap 279, where Larry Smith would take the lead from him, leading to lap 291. Wait, what? But then Jeff Gorvette would take the lead for only 5 laps before Raleigh Boltstrike would be out due to an engine failure. Hall Ingus would end up taking the lead and leading to lap 302, where Terry Carboni, again, would take the lead from him. But he only leads 1 lap before Jeff Burnton would lead 2 laps. But his older brother Ward is back on lead lap. Jeff Gorvette would end up leading all the way to lap 318, where Sterling Carlin would end up leading to lap 325, where he'd lose the lead to the King. The King would lead all the way to lap 339, where Larry Smith would once again take the lead, leading for 7 laps before Eugene Karbareski would be 13th on that lap to wreck Murray Kochburn, Jeff Burnton, and Paunchy Wipeout. Bill Rayslot would once again take the lead and lead to lap 352, where somehow Darren Leadfoot would take the lead from him, losing the lead 3 laps later to Terry Carboni, who seems to take the lead a lot these days. On lap 358, he'd lose the lead again to Larry Smith, where he'd lead to lap 367 before Dale Earnhardt would do yet another bump and run, leading to lap 372, where WJ Lights would end up taking the lead from Dale Earnhardt. But on lap 376, Jeff Gorvette would once again take the lead. Since you see a 380, that means someone else takes the lead, and that one is Rusty Wheelhouse, who will lead for 7 laps before Hall Ingus would once again take the lead. But then, a daring move by Dale Earnhardt would lead to him taking the lead, leading to lap 395, where the King would take the lead from him, leading to lap 398. But then, somehow, Darren Leadfoot would take the lead, leading to lap 400. He will win his very first race, the 1995 Dinoco 400. But since he's nowhere near winning the Piston Cup, Larry Smith, who is second, would end up winning the 1995 Piston Cup. The season results are right here. And Raleigh Boltstrike, the rookie, somehow got 5th place. Larry Smith, after a long wait, finally got his Piston Cup. Jeff Gorvette only lost by 3 points. If only he had finished in the top 10. The King finishes 3rd. Well, it makes sense from the finish in the top 5. Bill Rayslot had another good season, finishing in 8th. But Sterling Carlin had an even better season, finishing in 7th. Billy Oilchanger also had a good season, finishing 21st. Clint Shiftwright is back in the top 15. And Mark Carton only barely beat Murray Kochburn to finish in the top 10. Mark Burnsley somehow fell all the way to 32nd. Ward Burnton and Jeff Burnton managed to finish in the top 30. I guess Jeff Burnton and Jimmy Speedcar just jumped on other cars to get into their position. Ernie Gearson had a really far fall, since he almost won last season. Ruby Easy Oaks continuously wrecking probably means that he's in 35th place. Andrew Axler, Ken Schrader, and as you cannot see, Krusty Rotor fell due to a season-ending crash because of Chick Hicks or Kyle Traxon, who dropped positions by being suspended. Darren Leadfoot had a really good season. His very first win pushed him up 4 positions. Kevin Phillips and James Cleanair are also in the top 40. Usually they aren't, but well, you saw this season, they led a lot of laps. Mike Yankee's back in the top 40. And also Davey Apex, who performed quite well last season, but failed to finish in the top 40. Well, he's in the top 40 now. Kenny Shiftwright also didn't do too well. Misty Motocross finished in 29th. I don't know what to say about that. But Chick Hicks almost didn't finish in the top 20. Sadly, WJ couldn't finish in the top 15. But Michael Cartrip continued to qualify for every race. But Mike Yankee's back in the top 40 after some stiff competition with Jonathan Melter.
notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
No real events that I need to mention here, but the real reason why the start of the video was so short was because no one retired.